Like, seriously, y'all want us to pay for $100 skins and $1,000 gachas? Nigga, I would rather pay $1,000 to just fly to a fucking Los Ratones game. But y'all suck. All right, y'all. So we have not watched a Los Ratones video from Discord Esports in a minute. That's because I've been on a break and have been doing some stuff. I've been like on a little, mental break. But Riot blocked Los Ratones. I want to know what this is about. I wonder if it has anything to do with updates or if it's just ELC stuff, because they did just win the NLC. What was it? Was it NLC or NLS? I can't remember what exactly it was called. But they did just win an entire legitimate tournament and split. And I think they were supposed to go into EU Masters from there. So we're gonna see what's up. If you guys like Los Ratones, leave a like. If you guys like the Score Esports, give a like. Shout out to Score Esports and Los Ratones. And go ahead and check out some of my other reactions. Come on to the Twitch because I'm streaming right now while filming this. We're gonna be on for 7 days, all the way up until the next Monday. And today is indeed March 11th. So I might be live if you're seeing this. Anyway, let's get ahead and get into it.
This past weekend, Los Ratones tried to scrim an LEC roster on stream.
Right.
And by tried, I don't mean like they tried it out or they tried to win and couldn't. I mean they tried and Riot was like, no. Despite allowing it to happen with LTA teams.
So this is what they're saying. So, okay. So basically, if what they say, what am I trying to say? So basically, if Los Ratones goes into LEC, they might be cooked on showing scrims. Because the NLC showed it, LTA is allowing this, and other teams are allowing this. But Riot's not allowing LEC, nor are they allowing them to stream these LEC scrims. Which is funny because they mentioned that they did scrim another team, I think, and I think Baus accidentally almost leaked something concerning that scrim or concerning something. I don't know. Like there was a in one of the videos during their little boot camp, in London, they were like Baus started up the stream and stuff, and then there was just a screen that was blurred off, and I guess that was a leak of something that might have been concerning this too. But yeah, we're gonna see. Let's see what all the details about this.
Big question is just why?
Right? Why? Shout out Score Esports, bro. Best Los Ratones news right here, bro.
Twitch bright and early on Saturday morning to see the Rats square off in a streamed scrim against a real, actual LEC roster, only to find that they couldn't. Because literally 3 hours after Giant X tweeted about the scrims, they tweeted again saying, never mind, we can't do it since we can't stream it due to an LEC rule, which means we're gonna postpone, which Cage confirmed on stream.
Okay, we thought everything was okay and we could go ahead with the Giant X streams, but Riot has stepped in and said that there's a rule that prevents us from being able to scrim them on stream, and it's enforced, so we can't play them. We're gonna hopefully try and resolve that or figure out why or what it is.
Now, to be clear.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Like Riot stepping in, this has to be an LEC specific then, right? Because LTA is doing fine. So why not LEC?
I think we all sort of knew that prior to the Giant X and Los Ratones scrim, these types of rules were in place. The reason for that is because when C9 and FlyQuest wanted to stream their scrims like a month ago, Mark Z tweeted saying that Riot had suspended the rules within the LTA, allowing it to happen. And a lot of us were like, wait, there were rules against that? But sensibly, Riot lifted them, because in large part of Los Ratones and all of the attention they were getting. So when it came time for the Rats themselves to scrim a professional roster on stream, it seemed extremely self-evident that Riot would just lift that rule for the LEC as well. But apparently not. I'm gonna be honest, I am beyond confused about this one. Like
I mean, it could be that it was a timing thing. Maybe there weren't, because think about it this way. The streaming scrims had been happening for a minute now. LTA might have gotten it done, maybe because like the LTA section of Riot actually kind of was like on top of it. They were on top of it for LTA for a while, and they were like, maybe you got a call ahead for that stuff. like, say you're planning to scrim, and the team's like, yo, can we stream this? It might take a while for that to go through, and maybe not all the proper stuff happened. It could be something like that, but for the most part, I can see Riot just not allowing a region to do something, or not allowing them to do something, you know, from attention.
Stunned.
I can kind of see it.
Stupefied. This was a literal freebie that Riot just had to
Right,
not
that's a
get in
mad
the way of.
freebie.
And instead, they scooched in and asked everyone about their car's extended warranty. Now, apparently, K-Droll,
Stupid.
Giant X, the Rats, all parties involved were aware of this rule within the LEC and thought, reasonably, I gather, that this time out, it wouldn't be an issue.
We thought today would be fine, even though we knew about the rule, because certain people said certain things were okay. Around like the scene, everything was fine, could be fine, maybe fine. And then, yeah, in the end, it looks like it's not fine. So we can't stream them on stream. We were super excited, Giant X super excited. But hopefully, we can figure out. It's no one's fault. Hopefully we can figure out like a solution for everyone.
When asked specifically as to why C9 and FlyQuest were able to do it, K-Droll basically said, it's an LEC thing. I don't know if it's a different rule
That's what I
or the
figured.
same rule that has yet to be lifted, but whatever.
That could be it too. It could be a different type of rule. Like LTA could be like, oh, you can't stream, or like strategy. And it could be like a strategy exploitation rule. Who knows? Maybe there's certain like things you have to cover, and then LTA allows it, and LEC is just like hard no. No, it could be a privacy thing. It could be a lot of different things.
Whatever
There's
the
a lot of
obstacle
different
is, you
things.
could tell from K-Droll's stream that he was not only disappointed, but a little annoyed.
What about C9 versus FlyQuest? Yeah, C9 scrimmed FlyQuest, which I think a lot of people will bring up, but apparently there's a rule in the LEC that's different. LTA changed that rule lately so that LTA loosened the rules for FlyQuest and C9. Yeah, that hasn't happened in the LEC yet. And I only
Okay.
learned about this. I didn't even know this rule existed until this week, and it's been 3 months of trying to find LEC scrims
Right,
on
the
stream.
fact that
He
there's
went
a
on
rule
to
about that is
intimate that they
insane.
had received
to
the
me.
go-ahead from certain members
Like, it's
of
not
Riot,
insane,
but then
insane.
got
It's not insane, but at the same time, like, I feel like with so many leagues allowing it, with like 2 leagues allowing it, maybe more now, you would think, hey, just let this happen. Let people scrim these. Don't let them leak their strats, or hell, if it's something where they gotta mute during draft talks or strategy talks, do that. But at the same time, it's like an optional thing. It's not like we're not leaking entire draft boards of the other teams. Could it be like, oh, the teams are playing against each other, there's scrims, you could be using real strategies, but at the same time, we with Los Ratones, we visibly saw that the scrims in the games go so goddamn different. Like, let's lock the fuck in for a minute, right? Bouse. I'm using Bouse. I'm using everybody as an example on the team. Everyone on that team could have made some of the craziest mistakes during scrims. We would see complete mayhem during scrimmages. You go into their matches, bro, they're locked in. They're just like, game over. Rats win. Like, seriously. Why can't we just stream the scrims for real? They're experimental. They're basically limit testing on whatever patch they're playing on, and limit testing these different strategies so that when we get to the real game, we're like, yo, these scrims were crazy. We're going to see how these games are played. And they just fucking wipe the board. Just imagine we see a bunch of different team scrims, and it's like these guys are losing so hard in scrims. Like Shopify Rebellion. They're losing so hard in scrims. They're just doing dog shit. And then next thing you know, in a pro match, Shopify Rebellion fucking sweeps. They 2-0, 3-0, however many 0'd, right? Like, you know how crazy that would be? That's why, like, I think public scrims is a good idea.
Stonewalled by others at the last minute, which, if true, does seem pretty counterproductive.
We learned about some things behind the scenes that prevented from being able to happen, but then we thought that we got green light from other people in the scene, and it was fine. And then once we went ahead with that green light, we got another red light.
All in all, a very backwards and just
miscommunication. I see.
Riot. Like I said, this should have been a fastball down the middle. And look, I have no doubt that this rule will eventually get lifted.
That would have been some easy fucking money. Imagine Riot was like, all right, and can we have like a co-streaming? You know what they could do? They could be like, hey, these teams are scrimming today. In this order, low key, we could have a co-streaming scrims channel. Imagine that. Imagine they had a public LTA scrims channel where they had scheduled scrims for different teams, and it's like 2 scrims on that channel, and it's just 2 entire scrims. They don't reveal the strategy talks and stuff, but it's just that. It's like a professional view of it for scrims. You know how easy money that would be? Extra money that would be on a Twitch channel, bro? It might cost, like, the Twitch channel might keep itself running, gang. It might genuinely keep itself running if you do that. Hell, your LTA, the teams posting their shit. Hell, an LTA North channel posting the scrims keeps that shit running. Like, y'all have so much money. Y'all are losing money because you're removing Hextech chests. Y'all also losing money because you're fucking up your pros.
And that as early as this weekend, we could be watching Baus smurf against a professional LEC top laner. But for right now, this feels really dumb. Los Ratones are basically single-handedly revitalizing Western League and just keeping the professional scene in general interesting until Faker wins Worlds again this fall. So for Riot to not do almost everything they can to keep the rat ball rolling is just...
That's what I'm saying. The hype that is being built for your game, no one gives a fuck about Noxus. All right, I'm going to say this right now. Okay, some people give a fuck about Noxus. It does look interesting. But no one actually gives a fuck about League of Legends and Noxus right now. We want a goddamn Noxus show or some other shit. And right now, the only thing that's keeping that goddamn game alive is Los Ratones making people inspired to just run it down with Sion, goddammit. I'm sorry. I haven't touched League of Legends unless someone else touched League of Legends. I've been touching TFT. I'm on Monster Hunter World right now, for fuck's sakes, because I'm too broke to afford Wilds, but that's besides the point. Like, seriously, y'all want us to pay for $100 skins and $1,000 gachas? Nigga, I would rather pay $1,000 to just fly to a fucking Los Ratones game. But y'all fucking suck. I'll fucking suck your jobs.
Silly. Like, this roster is the best thing to happen to Western League of Legends since G2 in 2019. In fact, it's arguably better because Los Ratones aren't just performing well with
better
the
than
existing
G2 is the
product, they're causing it to evolve in new and unanticipated ways.
Right.
I think it's fair to say that we all realize that the Western franchise leagues were sort of becoming these stale, stagnant offerings in need of radical refreshment. And what's crazy...
I think that's, you know what? I think that's true for, like, you know, yeah, pretty much the entire West, to be honest, because there's, you know, because to be honest, I think I'm kind of liking that LTA exists and it's not just, you know, what you call it? And it's not just LCS, it's the entire, it's League, it's, you know, League of Legends America. It's the entire thing, all the Americas combined into one league. You know, you can get Brazilian teams against the American leagues probably without it having to be MSI or some shit. We could just get that shit on the regular where we can really see who's the best. Like, that's kind of a refreshing thing. I haven't watched a lot of the games lately, but that's something refreshing that we can probably get to see in the near future. But for now, you know, like, LEC is just LEC still. I don't know. Like, I felt like, you know, showing the scrims would have been a really good way to, like, bring a bit of life back into it. But I don't pay attention to the LEC scene too much, so don't quote me on that.
Is they got just that with a zero involvement from Riot. Cadril and company literally just came along and said, hey, we found a way to, like, accidentally freshen up your franchise leagues, and all you have to do is just not get in the way. And Riot were like, well,
nah.
I don't know. What if we did, though? And look, again, I'm not saying this rule is not going to get lifted in like a couple of days' time. I'm just saying that it speaks to a larger issue that Riot has been having as of late with not being in step with the community. It's not that we can't eventually get Riot to listen.
It's that it takes so goddamn long.
More than once.
Right. No, it's also this, in my opinion. If you can step in to say that there's a rule about it, you can step in and say, fuck the rule. Like, y'all could have gotten an easy bag off of this. I'm so sorry.
Real, actual LEC roster. So much for your big fancy studio, eh, man? Tell me that's actually why you came back. I would respect the out of that. I would actually turn a non-existent knob on the camera, just walk over again, just to get.
Oh God, bro, shout out Score Esports, man. Oh wait, we can't forget to like the video. Shout out Score Esports. Shout out Los Ratones. They're awesome, bro. Man, I really hope that gets resolved though, for real. Oh man. Anyway, that is Riot blocked Los Ratones by the Score Esports. You know, the exclusive Los Ratones news channel, man. Oh man, we're about to farm that shit too. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm about to be farming this shit crazy. Man, make sure y'all go ahead, give a like, go watch some of the other Los Ratones videos, and I will catch y'all later, man.
I kick the body once just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's a red dead deputy. Full clip with the red dead weaponry. Go try to still walk with it next to me. Bullets beats at it, they hit him with force. Boys ride with no bitch in the back of it. Yeehaw from the burn, I'm smacking it. Put the weed cigar on, I'm packing it. Red shot, hit him all you see is a red dot.